Everyone in the village feared the forest after midnight. Not because of wild animals. Not because people disappeared, but because sometimes, the dead whispered from inside it. Come find us. No one dared enter the forest after dark. No one except Amina. Amina was 16 years old, fearless, stubborn, and haunted by one painful memory: the mysterious death of her mother 3 years earlier. People said her mother died from sickness, but Amina never believed them, because on the night her mother died, she heard something scratching at their door, and her mother's final words still echoed in her head: if they call your name from the forest, never answer. Then one cold night, while everyone slept, Amina heard it, a whisper outside her window. Amina. Her blood froze. Amina, come to us. She slowly opened the window, and standing far away at the edge of the forest, was her dead mother, smiling. Amina knew it was impossible. Her mother was buried. She saw the body herself, yet there she stood beneath the moonlight, wearing the same white dress she died in. Amina, her mother whispered again, I need your help. Tears filled Amina's eyes. She ran outside before fear could stop her. Barefoot, she followed the figure deep into the forbidden forest. The deeper they went, the quieter the world became. No insects, no wind, no sound. Then Amina noticed something terrifying. The trees had faces, human faces, their mouths twisted in silent screams. Some were crying blood, others whispered her name. Suddenly, her mother stopped beside a black river. The water moved backward, and in the middle of it stood a narrow bridge made from human bones. Cross, her mother said softly. Amina stared at the bridge in horror. What is this place? Her mother's smile slowly disappeared. The land of the dead. The moment Amina crossed the bridge, the sky changed. Everything became grey. The air smelled like rotten flowers and smoke. Ahead of her stood an enormous city filled with shadowy figures wandering silently through the streets. None of them had eyes, only empty black holes. Amina stepped back in fear. Why are they like this? She whispered. Because the dead no longer need to see, her mother replied. As they walked through the city, the eyeless people slowly turned toward Amina and began sniffing the air. One of them suddenly screamed, she's alive. Instantly, every head snapped toward her. The streets exploded into chaos. The dead began running at her from every direction. Amina screamed and ran. Their hands clawed at her clothes. Cold fingers grabbed her hair. The dead were hungry, and the living were forbidden in their world. Just when they almost caught her, a tall masked man appeared from the shadows. With one clap of his hands, every spirit froze. Even the air stopped moving. The masked man looked directly at Amina. Then he spoke the words that changed everything. She does not belong here, yet. The masked man led Amina into a giant palace made from black stone. Inside, thousands of candles burned without flames. At the center of the palace stood a throne made from skulls, and sitting on it was something not entirely human. Its body looked ancient and broken. Its skin moved like crawling shadows, and its eyes glowed red in the darkness. The king of the dead, whispered Amina's mother. The creature smiled slowly. A living girl, it hissed. How rare. Amina trembled. I just want to go home. The king laughed. No one leaves after crossing the bridge. Amina looked at her mother in panic, but then she noticed something horrifying. Her mother was crying. Black tears rolled down her face. I'm sorry, her mother whispered. They forced me to bring you here. Amina's heart shattered. What? The king stood up. The dead grow weak. We need a living soul to keep our world alive. Suddenly chains burst from the floor and wrapped around Amina's arms. The king smiled wider. And tonight, your heart becomes ours. As the chains dragged Amina toward the throne, her mother suddenly screamed. Run! The candles exploded. Darkness swallowed the palace. Amina broke free and ran through endless hallways while terrifying screams echoed behind her. Then she found a hidden room. Inside were thousands of human names carved into the walls, including hers. But one name caught her attention. Her mother's. Under it were horrifying words. Sacrificed by the village. Amina's breathing stopped. Then she remembered something from years ago. The night her mother died, the villagers gathered outside their house carrying torches, whispering prayers, watching, waiting. The truth hit her like lightning. Her mother had never died from sickness. The village sacrificed her to the spirits in exchange for wealth and protection. And now, the spirits wanted Amina next. Suddenly the masked man appeared again behind her. You must leave before sunrise, he warned. Why are you helping me? The man slowly removed his mask. Amina gasped. It was her father, a man believed dead for 10 years. They took me too, he whispered sadly. Amina and her father raced toward the bone bridge while the land of the dead collapsed behind them. The spirits were furious. The sky cracked open. Thousands of screaming souls crawled from the ground. The king of the dead roared so loudly the entire world shook. You cannot escape. The dead chased them across the bridge. Hands burst from the river trying to pull Amina under. The bridge cracked beneath her feet. Her father pushed her forward. Don't stop running. But what about you? He smiled sadly. The dead already own me. The king suddenly appeared behind them like a shadow storm. Just before it grabbed Amina, her father turned and jumped into the black river with the creature. Both disappeared into the darkness. The bridge began collapsing completely. Amina screamed and leaped with all her strength, and landed back inside the forest. Alive. When Amina returned to the village, the sun was rising, but something was wrong. Everyone looked terrified, because while she was gone, every grave in the village had opened by itself, and every corpse had disappeared. That night, the villagers locked themselves indoors. Children cried, dogs barked endlessly. Then came the knocking, slow, heavy, at every door in the village. The dead had returned. Amina realized the horrifying truth too late. She had escaped the land of the dead, but she accidentally opened the way for the dead to enter the world of the living. And deep inside the darkness outside her window, she heard the king whisper one final sentence. "We are coming home."